Lego. What a remarkable, buildable toy. With just a few pieces and some creative thinking, you can turn simple bricks, plates, and slopes into your own personal masterpiece. As you could probably imagine, when I build with Lego, I often make race cars. So when 7-year-old me found out that my school's book fair had this PC game called Lego Racers, I just had to play it. Even after 22 years later, Lego Racers by High Voltage Software still holds up as a charming good time, and combines the fun of building with Lego bricks with the fun of kart racing games, but with its own Lego twist. So with introductions out of the way, this is Lego Racers, a racer built for fun. Hold on. We're missing something very important here. That's because Lego Racers is all about building your own drivers and cars, and competing across a variety of Lego worlds with an arsenal of brick-blasting power-ups. So before we start racing, let's get creative. To build a driver, you mix and match pieces for your minifigure's head, torso, legs, and headwear. There's no restrictions on what you can put together, so feel free to look as cool or as ridiculous as you like. Once your driver is ready, you name them by making a license. You can also take photos to give them different facial expressions. Now that you're licensed to drive, it's time to build a car. You start by choosing a chassis to build bricks on top of, which vary in size and layout. From there, you can choose any brick that's available to you, and place it wherever it's able to fit. And now that we're done building your own Lego Racer, let's hit the track proper while I explain the gameplay and controls. As with most kart racers, the name of the game is simple controls and easy to learn techniques. Winning will of course require great driving, but also optimal use of power-ups and power slides. Power sliding will help you make tight turns almost instantly when normal steering isn't enough. The power-ups, however, help make the races feel even more like a Lego game, as like the character and car creators, there is a building aspect to them. Collecting red, blue, yellow, and green bricks scattered across the track grant you different types of offensive and defensive items. Reds shoot projectiles in front of you, blues give you shields, yellows leave behind traps to slow others down, and greens give you speed boosts. But don't always use your items the instant you pick them up, because there are also smaller white bricks that can enhance your power-up, and up to 3 of them can be stacked on top of your colored brick, upgrading the item's usefulness. For instance, a simple bomb from a red brick can be turned into a grappling hook, a magic wand casting lightning bolts, and a trio of car-seeking missiles. The game features 13 racetracks, with 12 of them based on one of 4 Lego themes that were popular in the late 90s: Pirates, Castle, Space, and Adventurers. The track designs tie in an environment with brick-built structures, kind of like driving through a Lego set's box art. Even within the 4 themes, every track has its own unique feel thanks to their aesthetics and hazards. Most tracks have shortcuts, some that you can drive through by finding them, and others need to be accessed using specific power-ups, like using red brick projectiles to blast open a wall, or blue brick shields to pass through dangerous areas. Talking about this game's characters and cars is a bit strange, as for the most part, the playable ones are whatever you can come up with. If you're not interested in building, however, there are 4 starter racers that let you get going right away, and the quick build option in the car builder gives you a choice of 2 pre-built cars per chassis. The game's featured characters are the 7 main champions and additional opponent drivers. Every character save for the ones unique to this game are minifigures taken from actual Lego sets. Each of their cars are original creations, with the opponents being variations of the dragster design and the champions of varying shapes, sizes, and colors. Sadly, while none of the cars were made into purchasable sets, the bricks they were built with are authentic Lego pieces, so you can recreate them in the real world yourself, just like I and many others have done over the years. While games during the late 90s would normally get criticized for looking blocky, this is a Lego game, so here it's more of a compliment. Every brick, minifigure, car, and track is filled with color, and the 3D models still hold up as faithful depictions of LEGO pieces. For the best performance, I recommend playing the PC version over the ports to the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation, as it's the only one that can run at 60 frames per second and offer the highest quality visuals. I'd describe the music in this game as fast-paced, quirky, but catchy songs, which I think fit the unique charm of LEGO games, where no creation is too crazy. There are dedicated songs for each racetrack, but also 2 to 3 additional songs based on the track's theme that play during single races and time trials. Every character is also fully voiced, and is dependent on whichever face you chose when creating a driver, meaning there's a wide variety of voices to choose from. You can always go for a test drive to find out what your driver sounds like to decide if you're happy with it. To become the greatest LEGO racing champion, you'll have to prove it in circuit race mode, which takes you through the game's 13 tracks, across 7 championships, and a series of 4 races each. Each circuit features its own hosting champion, and have their individual power-up preferences to contend with. For example, Captain Redbeard often goes for the basic red brick to shoot bombs whenever you pass him, so you'll want to have a shield active, or switch red power-ups with a different color so he can't attack you. As you progress through circuits, the champion's power-up strategies will start to use upgraded power-ups, like the grappling hook and reflector shields, meaning you'll want to attack them and take away any white bricks they have saved up. Getting first in a circuit will unlock that champion's car set, which includes new driver and car pieces, and access to the next circuit so you can unlock more. Once you've completed the first 3 circuits, the 4th through 6th have you play through the same 12 tracks, but against new champions, the order of tracks is reversed, and the tracks themselves are now in mirror mode. With 6 circuit wins to your name, it's now time for one final challenge against the racing champion of Legoland, Rocket Racer. The 7th circuit only has one race on Rocket's personal track, and he won't be beaten so easily. His main power-up strategy is to go for fully upgraded green warp boosts, and the track's power-up layout gives him plenty of opportunities to do so. He'll sometimes opt for red homing missiles if you take the lead. You'll need a combination of playing it his way by constantly warp boosting, and taking away his white bricks before he makes a move. If you can do that, you'll be the one waiting for Rocket at the finish line. With all 7 champions surpassed, and Rocket Racer bestowing upon you his car set, and the title of the greatest LEGO racing champion of all time, you're not quite done with this game just yet. The game's true final challenge lies in time race mode. Well, you'll race in the first 12 tracks again to get the fastest possible time, but with a few twists. The power-up layouts on each track are different, requiring new strategies to shave precious seconds off and access shortcuts. You also won't be racing alone, as the goal of each time trial is to beat the ghost times of another racer, Veronica Voltage. You can't slow her down with projectiles or traps, and she may even reveal some shortcuts that you didn't know about. Some tracks have a few tricky spots that'll take some practice to navigate quickly, and the game will also save the ghost of your previous time during retries to help improve your route. But once you've got every track figured out and bested Veronica's fastest records, you'll unlock her car set, and now you can enjoy building with every LEGO piece this game has to offer. While there's some fun to be had in versus race mode if you've got another friend who wants to play, there are also cheat codes that let you mess around with the game. You activate cheats by entering them as a driver's name in the license maker. Some are cute, like turning your driver and car invisible like I did earlier. Some change the power-ups so only one brick color is available, or allow you to use fully upgraded power-ups without collecting white bricks. And some are just crazy, like the game playing as if the fast forward button was held down. Give them a shot if you want to spice up the replay value. Don't let the surface appearance of a kart racer with a LEGO aesthetic fool you. There's way more to LEGO racers that make it a special experience, and one that's still fun to play, especially if you enjoy building with LEGO. While only having 13 tracks can make things a little repetitive, I think being able to create a vast assortment of drivers and cars help keep things fresh. There have been a few more LEGO video games after this which either focus on racing or feature driving sections, but in my opinion at least, none of them quite have the same kind of magic that can be found here. As always, this has been fun, and I'm already looking forward to covering another amazing racing game. So I hope you'll check out what I've got in store for next time, and thank you for watching.